Maharashtra is all set to get a new chief minister after caretaking chief minister and Shiv Sena leader Eknath Shinde has backed off from the CM race and left it all upon the higher cadre of the BJP as well as the Mahayuti alliance in Delhi. We have got Vidhan Sabha Speaker as well as a new elected MLA from Kolaba, Mr. Rahul Narwekar with us. So welcome to NDTV. We see that a lot of race as well as statements were being given from several Mahayuti leaders as well as, the Karyakartas who were of the view that because BJP has got the highest mandate, it should be the BJP's chief minister. However, Shiv Sena seemed firm. Now, after the statement of Eknath Shinde stating that it is up to PM Narendra Modi and Amit Shah of who they elect it to be. How do you look up to the statement?
Well, at the outset, I would like to appreciate the stand taken by leaders of the Mahayuti, may it be Eknath Shinde ji, may it be Ajit Pawar ji, and all other leaders within the Mahayuti, who have given priority to the interest of the alliance over their personal desire or their personal wishes. This is a perfect example of how an alliance should run, and therefore I would like to applaud the stand taken by Shri Eknath Shinde ji, Shri Ajit Pawar ji, and Shri Devendra Fadnavis ji. And they have left it to the decision of the leaders in Delhi as well to express their view on this, and I think this is a welcome stand.
So also we see that after Mahayuti secured a higher majority, there are several Shiv Sena leaders who stated that it was because before the elections, Shiv Sena was promised that whatever the results would be, Eknath Shinde will continue as the chief minister. And now they complained of it not being so. And we saw that there were several leaders who stated that ek hai to safe hai, waise hi Eknath hai to safe hai. How do you look up to the statement? Did the pressure politics of the Shiv Sena did not work this time? It was the BJP because they secured the mandate. They are now able to form their chief minister in the state.
No, I am of the view that I am not privy to any such commitment or conversation where anyone was promised chief ministership. So I wouldn't be able to comment on this. But to my mind, I do not think this could have been a possibility or this must have been the situation. I am not in agreement with this. But having said that, I do not want to get into an issue which I do not have knowledge about. See, Mr. Eknath Shinde ji is certainly a very senior leader, a very experienced leader, and an able administrator. There's no doubt about that. 2.5 years back, when we formed the government, we had the numbers. Mr. Devendra Fadnavis ji was a very experienced, successful chief minister. Despite that, in the interest of the alliance, Bharatiya Janata Party had also agreed and wholeheartedly accepted the leadership of Eknath Shinde ji. I have no doubt in my mind that the Shiv Sena cadre, along with its leadership, will definitely support any individual who will be the choice for chief minister by the alliance.
The last 2 years saw splits of Shiv Sena and NCP. And being the Vidhan Sabha Speaker, you had the biggest responsibility of deciding who the real one was, of course, under the guidelines of the EC as well as the Supreme Court. Now this time, considering your good governance that people in the party applauds of, do you think that this time too you'll be given the responsibility of the Vidhan Sabha Speaker? How do you look up to that, and are you prepared for the same this time too?
Well, I am willing to shoulder any responsibility that my party directs me to. The party has given me a lot more than what anyone could have expected. At a very young age, with less experience also, they have given me this responsibility of becoming the Speaker of the state of Maharashtra, and therefore I have full faith in my party, and I will do everything that I am ordered to do by the party.
So before we saw that while you were fighting elections and so was the other parties in the state, you're the leader who's standing against you, and also the opposition claimed that there were attacks being made by the BJP leaders on their opposition. And also at the same time, after the results, they are stating that there are these manipulations that have been made to the EVM. How do you look up to this? Because now the opposition plans to come out on the roads and protest against the EVMs being manipulated.
It's very unfortunate that these parties in opposition have had the habit of criticizing every constitutional institution which rules perhaps against their desire. So if the Supreme Court gives a judgment which is not to the liking of these parties in opposition, they will criticize the Supreme Court. If the Speaker gives a judgment which is not as per their desire, the opposition's desire, they will criticize the Speaker. If the Election Commission gives a directive or passes an order which is not in favor of the parties in opposition, they will criticize the Election Commission. They will talk about EVMs conveniently. In the Lok Sabha elections, when the Congress did well and when the Shiv Sena UBT fraction did well, they did not blame the EVMs. That time they were okay with the EVMs. Today, when the mandate is against them, they find no other excuse other than blaming the EVM machines. So these are double standards. People of the state have recognized these double standards of these parties in opposition. And I am completely sure that if they continue with this attitude and approach, they will have no space in Maharashtra politics. They need to introspect. They need to understand why people have rejected them. They need to get a proper reasoning for their defeat and work on that instead of blaming the system, instead of blaming constitutional institutions who work for the people and who are independent.
So BJP has a strong hold on the Kolaba seat. You are a second-time elected MLA from the same seat. Being one of the high-profile and hot seats of Maharashtra and Mumbai, this time too, it's a bigger responsibility, of course. What are the issues of Kolaba that you think needs to be highlighted and worked upon, provided that we know you won with a thumping majority and people are happy with your work and your ground presence?
See, I do believe that a public representative's primary duty is to attend to the work of his constituents. Despite being the Speaker of the Assembly and having a very, very busy schedule, I have devoted at least 4 hours every day to my constituents. I attend to their problems, I get things resolved. I have managed to get several big issues resolved in my constituency, and therefore I am very, very happy and pleased to see that people have recognized the efforts which I have put in by electing me with 3 times the margin that I received in 2019. In 2019, I had won this constituency with about 16,000 votes. This time I have won this constituency by almost 50,000 votes. So I think this is a certificate for the work that I have done for the constituents.
So my last question to you would be, now everything is going to happen in Delhi and the higher cadre is going to take the orders. Maharashtra will be getting its new chief minister, new cabinet. What are we expecting this time? What could be the probable date? And also, is BJP going to get a number of more ministries that it got in back then in 2019 or say in 2022?
Well, I'm sure that while taking this decision, all the Mahayuti leaders and our senior leadership in Delhi will keep the interests of everyone, all the alliance partners in mind and take an appropriate decision. Be rest assured, we'll form a good government, we'll govern the state in a very effective manner, and we'll give justice to every section of the society.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to NDTV. We heard BJP leader and Kolaba MLA, Mr. Rahul Narwekar, who spoke about his ambitions for an area like Kolaba, which is, of course, a developed area, and also at the same time speaking about the issues of the opposition that it refuses to focus on and instead blame the good governance of the Mahayuti that it has been doing since the last 2.5 years. What remains to be seen is that what could be the date now that Maharashtra gets its new chief minister, after which Maharashtra is again going to be in the hands of Mahayuti this time too. With video journalist Praveen Rohit, Ms. Sujata Dwivedi for NDTV 24/7.